Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the Frontline Changes Report for the past 48 hours for the 25th to 26th of December 2036 to 2037 day of the Ukraine war or the special military operation in Ukraine. And as you can see, the biggest frontline changes is going to be in Pokrovsk sector, but we have to still go through the stuff. And so we're going to go into Kursk first. There is a geolocation of Ukrainian forces over in the north of Novaya Sorokina, which actually invalidates part of the Russian claims in this sector. So this just one small change. The area was around 1 square kilometer in this northern flank of the Kursk front. We're going to go into Kupiansk front. Over at the Kupiansk front, we have very tiny change in this sector at Zarizove. So Russian forces geolocated in a new location. So this just means a little bit of small change in this area here. Very, very tiny, just a tip. So that's all. The Ukrainians, however, have geolocation at Kupiansk. Not geolocation, the mapping. Geolocation. Mapping. Yeah. The geolocation is actually here. So this actually invalidates the Russian presence within Kupiansk itself. So the entire needle that actually pokes all the way into Kupiansk is now invalidated, which also makes the entire incursion that the Russians tried down this road looks like stupid now. No, yeah, people probably died for nothing. So that's all from Kupiansk. And we move all the way to the Pokrov front. So very quickly we go to the main sector of the operations. As you can see, there is a lot of things happening, and somehow this looks a bit like I don't know, the head of a what is it called? Ox? Yeah, like an ox to me. But yeah, there's a horn, and then there's this very furry, then there's the eyes like this, Yeah, the American, those cowboy, they where they guide this gigantic bull cow thingy, which is called oxes. I don't know. Yeah, it's just my own imagination. So anyway, over at the Chanske, the Russian mapping have claimed that the Russians have captured the entirety of the Chanske, and actually there's very good point to that. We have a geolocation of Russian forces in this area, which caused this capture. And then Ukrainian mapping actually shows that the Russians have captured this area, which means that with this little bit left, it's impossible for the Ukrainians to be there. So the Russian claims it to be a straightened line. So which means that the Chanske is now fully captured. Most likely, this claim is going to be accurate because, like I said, it's just impossible for the Ukrainians to be here. It's just not possible to be here. So this is the Chanske. Nearby, the entire southern flank of the Lene is now under Russian control. The Russian forces have fully taken all these grounds, which is predictable. As I always maintain, this kind of weird salient is impossible in real life. Being there means dying. So yeah. So if you're there and you will definitely die, then yeah, the salient don't mean anything. So that's the region around south of Zeleny. We move further up north to this Pischane region. Russian forces have captured the entire tree forest line east of Pischane. They have entered into the industrial area, and then they have also advanced down the other tree line on the west. So they basically is somewhat going on the flanks. And let's see how this continue to play out. Definitely the Ukrainians will want to defend this sector around this forest, and yeah, let's see how this goes. After Pischane, over at Novosilka in the south, I did mention before, I believe in the SITREP, that the Russian forces is likely going to do this flanking operation up north, and this indeed has been the case. Russian forces have captured all these grounds, wrong color, all these grounds in the south of Novosilka, and they have basically entered into the industrial zone in the south over here. So this means that the Russians are now attacking Novosilka in two different directions, and this is playing into the Russian preferred way of fighting to capture a town. So that's Novosilka. In the south, north of Yelizaveta, Russian forces captured massive amounts of grounds around here. This information is coming from the Ukrainian mapping. So Deep State UA seems to be undeterred by Sersky's threat, and they continue to be publishing. And in fact, I can tell you, the Deep State US mapping is way more advanced than the Russian mapping. Way more advanced. It's like they are claiming Ukrainian losing way more grounds than the Russian mapping is reporting. So yeah, definitely I'm very grateful that Deep State UA is still operating. So they have captured all of these areas here in the north, and definitely going to end up bypassing Novoyelizaveta from the north and attack directly into Nadievka. And this is basically just going to force a withdrawal of Ukrainian forces from Novoyelizaveta because they will not be able to hold this position if they lose their rear. So just like if you lose your butt, yeah, you're not going to be normal anymore. You're just not going to be a normal person if you don't have a butt. So anyway, over in Novoyelizaveta, Russian forces basically have captured Novoelenivka. They have entered into the eastern part of Novoyelizaveta, starting the battle of this village. They have basically taken positions along the water body, and they have almost fully captured Ukrainka in the process. So Ukrainka is now almost fully captured. But the Russian mapping is they are still here. They only reported that the Russians just reached Ukrainka and Novoelenivka, but Ukrainian mapping has gone way more advanced in this mapping or reporting. So which is why a lot of people say that Deep State UA they are always late. It's not true. From my experience, a lot of the time, most of the time, they are actually way more advanced in terms of the reporting than the Russian mapping, but only for certain other front line where it's more quiet, they tend to hold back information much more. So, but for such an active front line, they tend to report a lot more advanced than the Russian ones. So this is a massive advance. The distance is from this previous front line to the latest in the south of Novoyelizaveta is around 3 kilometers. So these massive advances in this sector. As we move further south into Zoria region, Russian forces also advance west of Zoria, also doing this flanking movement over the top of Slovianka. So this is also yet another advance with a distance of around 1.1 kilometers, just over 1 kilometers. And over south of Zoria, at Sonsevka region, Russian forces also have captured this tree forest feature around here in the northwest of Sonsevka, and then they have secured the ground south of Zoria. I believe that this area is going to collapse very quickly with the Russian forces pushing towards Petropavlivka and towards the south of Slovianka. So this is Sonsevka, and Sonsevka have another name. The other name is Krasny, which is what I was missing the previous time. So over at the Battle of Kurakove, the entire residential area has fallen into Russian control. Two geolocations, in fact, multiple geolocations confirm Russians have fully taken all of the residential area. So do we have some of this? Still this area in the north. This is the administrative area, and then you have the dacha in this sector in the south, and then we're going to reach the power plant region in the west. So the Russians taken all of the residential area, so this is a huge achievement, and which means that the Russians is going to be able to sleep in the rubbles. At least they have rubbles to sleep in. So Ukrainians have to sleep in the power plant. Over in the south of Kurakove at the Donetsk region, Russian forces also is conducting their flanking operation. They are going down these entrenchment lines, and they have taken the grounds in this area here as they continue to try to flank to the rear positions. This is a line which I have talked about for a long time, that the Russians can go in this direction to do a flanking operation towards Dashny. Just that this line it is developing very slowly. So the Ukrainians are definitely doing a good job, holding back the Russians in this sector. We move further south. The Russian forces claim They have taken the entire Kherson region, basically on the opposite shore of Yatarne. So this is a Russian claim. This is not confirmed by the Ukrainian mapping just yet. But this is sensible. As I mentioned before, impossible salient is impossible. So that's all from this sector in the Yantarne region. Over in the south of Constantinople towards Roslev, Russian forces have been geolocated in a new location, confirming Russian advance in the direction of Roslev. So this is yet another advance. The front line is now around 2.8 kilometers away from Roslev now. So the Russians are coming. Very, very scary. So yeah, they eat human beings. They are orcs. They eat human hearts. And yeah, so those very scary, very scary. Like they're gonna harvest Ukrainian hair for celebration in the Orthodox Christmas. Scary shit. Over in the V.Novosilka sector, we have fighting reported in this region, and the Russian forces have taken the northwest of Sterizove. They have been geolocated, moving towards the highway to cut the highway in the west of Remivka. And this is a significant, very, very significant geolocation and frontline change. Because this is super direct. They are moving directly for the road, and if this road is cut off, there's basically no more main road access into Velika Novosilka. So yeah, there's no more. You see, this is the one road, this is another road, another road, another road, another road. So Russians already cut off all of them. This is the only one left, and the Russians cut this. The entire Velika Novosilka is going to be like, in a roadless situation, and you just make a reinforcement resupply much more complicated. So there's that. But this is all the frontline changes. Oh shit, I forgot to remove the black box again. Hopefully I didn't cover anything this time around. Okay, anyway, but it's okay. You can have my sexy voice. I hope that compensates. So we're going to do some calculation. The total advancement by the Ukrainians is 1.55 square kilometers, with the majority coming from the Kursk invalidation of Russian claims. And of course, the biggest advance is in Pokrov, where we have a lot of frontline changes all over the place. So let's do some total calculation for the total. We have 0.03 plus 21.67 plus 5.83 plus 4.64 plus 2.04. So the total area captured by the Russian forces in the past 2 days is 34.21 square kilometers, which is actually pretty consistent. I would say it's around 15 to 20 square kilometers a day by the Russians right now, and this is in square kilometers. So so it's still pretty significant, but it's not like a collapse kind of a amount. So anyway, thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe, and check out the sitrep. And also check out the comments, the pinned comment. The DPA awards voting is now up. The nomination process is already over, so you can now vote for the winners for the different categories. The last time I checked, 100 or over 100 people, 150 people, over 150 people have already voted. So make it interesting. I saw a lot of interesting results already based on the data. I'll probably do a halftime review and to encourage more people to vote. So anyway, check it out. So sitrep and also the DPA awards, and I'll see you guys in the next update.